The looks for today is hair very tight in the front of the head. You have a little bump chignon just on the top of the head that we call the shogun style. And in the back, you have very long hair, very shiny, wavy, romantic hair. We're using Carasa's product to prep and to finish the hair because we want the hair to be super shiny.
It's strong, but take your time.
Because it's going to stay on your head. I think we need to call the other team members.
We're actually using from our original or color and effects collection is Desert Suede, and it is a very creamy color that is a great nude for all skin tones. And then we are actually creating a half circle on the nail, which is inspired from the collection. When I was at the beauty test, the first thing he when he was going over is what inspired him and the story, and he talked about bicycle wheels. And instead of creating a dot on a nail, I chose to create a half circle.
The starting point is always the evolution of what we've done, you know what I mean? When we talk about fashion, I hate the idea of fast fashion and fashion, like even like the first three words alludes to fast. And for me, it's about taking a step back, holding the moment and building a language of our gang, of our tribes. You know, it's like tribes of the dandies and dandelions. And that was the starting point. You know, we were looking at two types of gangs, Latin gangs and Japanese gangs, you know? We took all these elements, the color green, the gangs, the whole idea of graphic and round, and put it into the question, how did she get to places on a bike? And it's really like kind of heady, but in the end, it's about clothes that women wear to hop on a bike, to get to work, get to play, get to brunch, get to see their friends. Like you always see the most chicest women that, you know, are kind of rebellious in their way, where they just hop on a bike and go, and it's like capturing that essence, that trailing essence. That's why, you know, it was about a graphic that was round, you know, the graphic of the machine, the bike, and then the silhouette, the round silhouette where the wind's blowing from the back and just giving life.
A really nice blend of sort of commercial and creative. Some things that had a real sort of fashion edge to them, but that were really wearable.
Phillip is probably one of the most innovative young designers out there, and you can always expect to see something that you won't see anywhere else. And I love the fact that he does, like, you know, zip off lapels and interesting linings and a lot of detail. And so he's always going to have something unexpected, and, you know, and the prices are going to be great.
for me, it's about a rebellious spirit, not rebellious material. Because material is material, it's what you do with it. And what I tried to do with leather was cut the most elegant shapes without the aggression, without disrupting the whole idea of a line, a simple line. That's why you had those fold trousers, and that started with the Latino gangs. It's like chinos, and they call them vatos, and it's like they'd be like a size 30, and they'd wear like size 40 trousers, but they would fold it and have it crisp, so they would have a strong stance, and that was their stance, And then you saw the prints where it was a body form etching into a nouveau pattern. That was like Yakuza geishas. We were looking at that. Even the hair was shogun hair. It was about like forward, but then letting the essence trail behind. And then even the silhouette was graphic and round at the same time. And green, the color of green, I was fascinated by green because, I try to challenge the notion that green is actually such a beautiful color to wear. And it's like, you saw when we paired it together, it kind of cut a modern line to the tweeds, the salt and pepper, the twills, the really more meltons that you associate with fall. And kind of going back to materials, we took nappas, neoprenes, and bonded silks, and we tried to weave it inside out and outside in and through each other so that we would trick the eye and kind of let it be more approachable. Because these fabrics, I think when you do fabric research, you have to understand the characteristics and you have to like obey and kind of respect the characteristics. Some of these fabrics are so difficult because you could not tell it what to do. You had to step back and support it. And it was very interesting to play with those simple shapes, but like the draping and trying to get this free form, it was the most difficult task of this season.